when we get work, we don't procrastinate. We're DCS, we don't do late. We do our best.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining the Department of Communication Studies here at NCU for this week's of Excellence Showcase My DCS Outside broadcast under the theme Resilient Communication, Paving the Way to Recovery, as we take a look at the past, the present, and the future. I am Alia Bryant.
And I am Larisha Wilson.
And we will be your hosts for today. Stay tuned.
Welcome back, and thanks again for staying tuned to the Showcase My DCS 2022 Outside broadcast. Special thanks to those of you who are joining us on the NCU DCS TV YouTube channel and on NCU 91 FM.
Today, we have an exciting lineup for you, including games and giveaways, so you don't want to miss a beat.
All right, so our first item on the agenda is a poem by second-year DCS Gold Scholar, Renique Brown. Take it away.
This is Disability by Renique Brown.
Born with the ability. Somehow me lose it. Words would have formed in my mind, but them never come out. I could have feel things, but I couldn't express it. Since me disabled, they misinterpret me. Up to this 18th year, them still not understand. And you would have think say, time would have teach. But while them misinterpret and them not understand, me learn say, me is a powerful one. Them can't hear my voice, man. But me hear it, man. And I will repeat, I am a powerful woman. Now take it for nothing when me sit down and I look. I am pensive because I am purposeful. Not because me disabled. Me and my ball feel no good.
Wow, that was an amazing performance by Renique Brown. The DCS family is full of a lot of talented students. Our first guest is a past student of the Department of Communication Studies. She graduated with an emphasis in public relations, but has a passion for video editing and currently works as a freelance video editor. She is none other than Cheyenne Sam. Thank you for coming. So my first question to you, Cheyenne, why did you choose to pursue a degree in communication studies and specifically in public relations?
Honestly, when I joined DCS, it was mostly because I expressed myself clearly, I think, properly, and then I was using that as a sense of, okay, maybe this is a good degree for me.
Yeah.
As I went along the program, I realized it's something I actually like. First, when I did all different programs and like through TV, PR, and radio. I chose PR specifically because of how wide it is.
Yeah.
You can do a little bit of TV, you can do a little bit of radio,
That's true.
and you're basically marketing yourself. So that's the main reason I chose PR.
Okay. So what was your experience like as a student within the Department of Communication Studies?
I enjoyed it actually. It made me realize that there's a lot that I have to do. I was a very shy person just starting.
Likewise.
I was a very shy person when I just started, and now I'm actually more outspoken.
Yeah.
It made me think a lot. I had to be quick on my feet. It made me appreciate all the things that journalists people do, and it just something that I actually enjoy doing.
That's good. Love to hear it. Now, why did you decide to work as a video editor as opposed to a career in public relations?
Well, during my time during DCS, I realized videography and video editing was something I actually enjoyed doing. I'm going to still do PR when the time comes. It's just a backup, if you may.
Yeah.
But my passion really lies within videography and video editing.
That's good. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Thank you.
Now, my final question. What advice would you give to students who are currently pursuing a degree in communications?
Network. You always hear about networking. Yeah. It's very important. It will open doors that you don't expect. You meet people that can actually help you in places that you wouldn't expect. Also, be a team leader. If you are working, especially in group work, I know that group work is a big thing in the department. If you realize somebody in your group is just not taking on the responsibility, take the initiative and just push yourself and be a team leader. Also, market yourself. You are your own brand. That's something you learn in PR a lot. Nobody's going to market yourself for you, and nobody knows you than yourself. Yeah. So market yourself and brand yourself properly.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Cheyenne.
Thank you.
I wish you all the best in your career.
Thank you very much.
Well, there you have it, folks. That was Cheyenne Salmon, a DCS alumna who's doing her own thing in the media industry. Next up, we have an exciting game for our viewers on YouTube to join in on. The name of this game is Pick Me. Who's ready to earn their bragging rights as a true DCSer? Instructions for this game. The goal of the game is for you to name the items that pop up on the screen. These are items that all DCS students would have been introduced to at some point in their time in the department. So when giving your responses in the chat, ensure to state the number for the image. Are you guys ready to showcase your DCS? If you are, just type ready in the chat.
From Mr. Lawrence's class or Mr. Cuff's class, I think you can guess the answer for this one.
I think
Nobody?
So.
Anybody? Any takers? Come on. We're the DCS students who are emphasizing it in TV.
I think it's lagging on YouTube, guys. But come on, guys.
Guys, we have so much giveaways. Nobody wants credit. I mean, a top-up would do good in this time.
Yes, I think so.
I mean, we could activate a data plan, right?
Yeah.
No takers for number 2?
Which one do you think this is then, Larisha?
You know, Alea, I am a bit rusty and I don't want to embarrass myself. Alea, what do you think it is?
Okay, Brian Maurice, that's right. XLR cable.
Oh,
Way
wow,
to
you go. All right, so number 3. We must have some persons rolling in now. I know a lot of us love to work behind the scenes. A lot of us love to work the cam. So at least somebody can guess this one, whether or not you're a DCS student.
All right, so it just changed on YouTube. So just give them a few minutes to just, think about what this is.
I mean, this one is easy peasy, lemon squeezy. We got this. I mean, I'd love to give away some credit today. Any takers, Alia?
We see Brian Marie saying jib.
There goes Brian Marie again.
No one else? We only have Brian participating. Come on, guys. We need to showcase
Alia,
our
it seems
DCS.
like Brian has no competition. Nobody else
Well,
wants the credit. Nobody
I know,
else.
I would be glad.
Alia, check again to see if anybody has sent in anything else.
Not at all, Larisha.
All right. So we're moving on to number 4. You got that right, Brian.
This one is easy, guys. Easy peasy.
Let's see. We've been making this pretty easy for them. And this is an easy $300 credit. Hint, hint. Alia. Nobody wants to
So-
take it?
No one.
No takers for number 4.
So let me give you a clue, guys. Quarter.
I mean, Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Anybody? I guess Brian is going to guess this one
No
again.
one. We're on the 4th image, guys.
No takers? Brian.
Quarter.
We're depending on you, Brian,
Quarter.
again. Because you seem like the only one who wants
Yes,
the credit.
Brian. Quarter Jack. Way to go.
Good job, Brian. All right, so we are on our final image. Can anybody guess what this equipment is? I mean, make your teachers proud. Anybody? Or technical peeps who are
Just
joined?
waiting for it to change on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we can make our teachers proud by guessing what these equipment are. Has it changed? Alright, so we still have number 5 on screen. Or technical operators or people in the control room who love to be in the control room
So
at
we
DCS.
we see Donique Phillips saying console, Shantae McNeil mixer board, and Brittany saying audio console.
I wonder which of the 3 got it right. How many takers do we have for number 5? 1, 2, 3?
So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Chevrina saying switcher.
Okay, so we've
And I
got mixed
think,
answers
yeah.
for this one. Alright, so Alea,
I
who
think
won it?
Chevrina got this one. Yeah, I think
That's
Chevrina
right.
got
Congrats,
this one.
Chevrina. Okay, let's move on. Awesome. Awesome job. Ooh, and we're on to number 6. I mean, for the females in the chat, this is something that we used to have a lot when we were kids. I mean, we used to love to plait hairs and, find different outfits. I mean, ladies, any takers? This is an easy one. I mean, some of
So
us
we
we had
have
Barbie.
Brittany saying dolly.
Oh, look at
Yes.
Brittany.
This is the dolly for the camera.
You're so right, Brittany. All right. So this one should have been the easiest one.
It's Daniela. Dale.
All right. So we're on to number 7, which is our perfect number. Can anybody guess what this equipment is?
Now, some of you mentioned this earlier. So if you can remember, then this should be very, very easy.
I think this is a proof of how well our memory works.
So it's still delayed. It's still delaying on YouTube. So just give them a few minutes. All right, guys. What is this piece of equipment called?
I mean, our behind the scenes guys are supposed to be able to guess this one.
Yeah.
I mean, this one is easy, right?
Come on, guys. You
I mean, there are
got
some
this.
students who are always in the DCS lab. This is something that's easy for them.
Yeah. This should be very easy, guys.
Any takers for number 7?
No, not as yet, Larisha.
Nobody has yet reached the mark, the hallmark of perfection.
Unfortunately not.
Any
Come on,
takers?
guys.
The time is ticking.
Several persons said this earlier. Several persons.
All right, so we're on to number 8, given that we have no
Okay,
takers
no
for number
one.
7.
So number 7 was an audio mixer, guys.
So we're on to number 8.
Still delaying on YouTube. Technology is
I think
something.
It is
Something.
indeed. And I think our camera operators are able to tell what this one is. We have a lot of persons who love to work the camera. And I mean, even if you don't have a professional camera, even
Yeah.
if you've never used one in the studio, you should be able to tell what this is. Because, I mean, all photographers know, the ins and outs.
Okay, so we're at the 9th image, guys. Still delaying on YouTube, unfortunately.
Right, so tell me. All right, so number 9, any takers? We do a lot of outside broadcast and we have to capture a lot of audio.
Yes.
So what it is that we use to get rid of the background noise, to reduce the noise in the background whenever it is that we're doing production outside.
To hear the audio very clear.
Any takers for number 9?
Still on the 7th image.
I mean, it's warm.
So we have Rush Wavy, Boom Mic. That's it.
That's right, Rush. All right, so
On to the
finally,
last.
we have our final projection on screen. I mean, I don't have to give anybody a hint for this one. You guys should be able to tell what this is without a clue. Any takers, Alia?
Not as yet, Larisha.
This one is the easiest of the 10 that I've seen
think so too.
far.
I think so too.
Still no takers?
No, not as yet.
I think their fingers are moving a bit slow this morning.
So we have Brittany Campbell, 3-point lighting.
You
And
go,
that
Brittany.
is correct. Thank you guys so much for participating in this game of Pick Me.
All right, so as you know, this year's theme for the annual Week of Excellence Symposium is Resilient Communication, Paving the Way to Recovery. So we went all over campus to find out what it is that resilient communication means to our DCSers. This is what they had to say.
People, what is good? It's your boy Jamie, and we're out here without fear on the campus of NCU, that is Northern Caribbean University, here in Mandeville. And we're here to ask a few DCSs a question, and the question is, ready for this? What does resilient communication mean to you? Ready to hear what I have to say? Alright, let's find out. Walk with me.
Okay, so to be a resilient communicator, I feel like you have to be very flexible.
Handling conversations or adapting to whatever situation that you're in. So for example, if somebody comes to you depending on, you have verbal communication and non-verbal communication. Depending on how the person reacts or how somebody tries to portray some sort of conversation or information towards you, doing how you adapt to that. I mean, that's what I would say resilient communication is.
Resilient communication is simply communication withstanding all. I believe that even the pandemic, we relied on communication much more than we ever had. Through social media, through news, through journalism, of course. Media or communication seems to withstand all struggles that face.
Alright, so as students in the Department of Communication Studies, the basic part of our job is learning how to communicate properly, right? Regardless of the medium, regardless of the circumstance. Let's use COVID-19 for example. As journalists, as PR persons, as radio, TV persons, we have to figure out how to communicate despite of the challenges brought on by the pandemic. So to me, resilient communication is figuring out how to communicate despite whatever challenges or despite whatever barriers present themselves. And I believe too that the students in DCS are fully capable of communicating resiliently.
And there you have it, guys. Just a few for DCSs here on the Mandeville campus, giving their views on the question, what does resilient communication mean to you? And the question is also for you to answer. What does resilient communication mean to you? Until next time, I'm Jamie. Walk good.
Like Jamie asked just now, what does resilient communication mean to you? I want to know. Drop your responses in the chat. Alright, so it's now time for another giveaway. And for this segment, anybody in DCS should be able to guess the answer to the question that I'm about to ask. Now, the first person who can tell me the name of the event that will be hosted on the 7th of April 2022 will be the recipient of $300 phone credit. No, the question is, what is the name of the DCS event that will be held on April 7, 2022? Here's a clue. It will be hosted by Kibishi Kennedy and Trisha Gay Kelly. Alright, remember to drop your answers in the chat. The chat should be lighting up by now with your responses. Alright. Next up, we'll be having a feature from a DCS past student. Her name is Tonian Hudson.
Hi fellow DCSers, my name is Tonian Hudson and I am a past student of the Department of Communication Studies. Currently, I am the Digital Marketing Coordinator at Rainforest Caribbean, and here's how DCS has helped me to function in that capacity. While going to DCS, my emphasis was public relations, and as you know, public relations and marketing, they go hand in hand. So it wasn't a major adjustment for me when I started this role. On a regular basis, on a daily basis, I copyright, I plan and schedule media content, I liaise with content creators, graphic designers, and so much more. And for me, that's the beauty of DCS. They give us experience and some knowledge around all the other areas that we have to interact with on a daily basis at work. That's A+, that's 100%, that's top tier, that's, can you tell? So the other thing is that I work in a company that has over 700 employees. That's a lot of people. I don't interact with everybody every day, but at least I understand the importance of teamwork because of group dynamics. So for example, I'm a part of the fund committee at work. What I do is I help them to plan celebratory events for staff. I don't have to do it, but I understand synergy. It's a part of the shaping of being a DCS student, and that's what makes us different and makes us stand out. Super grateful for that. So anywhere I go, I can boast and I can say that DCS, we really are the best because we are so much and so much more.
Up next, we'll be talking to Sateja Cook and Sheridan Gale. Sateja is a student within the Department of Communication Studies who is specializing in public relations. She is passionate about her academics and is the owner of Teja's Poultry and Teja's Tutoring Service. We also have with us Sheridan Gale, who is also a student within the Department of Communication Studies. Sheridan is an enthusiastic photographer and is the owner and operator of Sheridan CK and Locate Stories. They are here to talk to us about their experience as students within the Department of Communication Studies. Thank you guys for coming today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you as well.
Okay, so starting with you, Sateja, and then Sheridan. Sateja, earlier you spoke on the Showcase My DCS program about your experience in the department, but for those who missed it, just describe your experience as a student in the Department of Communication Studies.
All right, sure. I think that now I'm beginning to sound almost like a broken record, but I guess it's okay. Well, my experience here at DCS, again, has been phenomenal. I will not say it has been an easy ride because, as they say, nothing good comes easy, right? But I have been exposed to, I would like to say, quite a handful of practical experience. And I guess this is what will help me as I venture into the field of work. DCS isn't all about the theoretical aspects of communication, but we also focus on the practical aspects where students are given top tier, and I want to emphasize on that, top tier hands-on experience. And that has really helped my overall experience, rather, to be quite wholesome.
That's good. Sheridan?
Well, for me, the DCS experience is a beautiful one, as you said, tremendous, but it has a lot. It has rounded me as a character to become more developed as becoming the media practitioner that I actually am today. As it relates to photography and so forth, it actually helped me to become more versed in that and vast, to know new things and so forth. So I can say that it is a tremendous one. As you said as well, it helps me to see things from a more wider angle, getting more hands-on experience, because a lot of persons, want to be in the media field, want to be media practitioners, but it's kind of difficult, because there's so many persons in the space. So you have to acknowledge where your talents and your gifts is and just try to pursue that and to develop on that and grow.
That's true. I agree with you. So I know many persons think that entrepreneurship is a walk in the park, right? But tell us, how do you strike and maintain a balance between academics and your role as an entrepreneur? Sateja?
And I'm going first? All right. Well, again, time management is an essential concept. I'd like to say one of the core concepts in, just operating a business. It's no walk in the park. I can definitely tell you that. You really have to ensure that you plan ahead. And when I say plan ahead, this comes down to like the very T. You have to plan for everything. And not just planning, but also be disciplined in the execution of whatever you have planned, right? It is very essential that you set timelines or deadlines for things that you want to do, and you work assiduously to ensure that you stick or you adhere to those deadlines, and that will basically be enough to propel you and to help you in striking and maintaining that balance, with operating a business.
That's true, which is why they say, for those who are emphasizing in television, post-production is very important. You have to plan properly and ahead. So Sheridan, give me your 2 cents.
All right. From my angle, I would actually approach it this side that, yes, time management is very important, definitely, but we have to look at the individual as well. Like, we are so engulfed in a lot of things that actually happen day to day, and we use up our time, even on social media. I can just say that, for example, that we indulge a lot of time on that and not actually looking at what we can actually establish for ourselves. So it's important that we pay attention to what we're doing because, yes, we have to prioritize, as we go along. And there are deadlines. You have to put deadlines there. So as it relates to client work, you have to ensure that you meet their standard. And at the same time, you have to meet the standard of what the school requires as well. So you have to pay attention to a lot of things. And it's important to rest. It's important to put aside because when you rest, you can recover, you can come back better and actually deliver the right way that you should.
I agree with you, Sheridan. So tell me a little about your business and how people can contact you.
Is it me? Okay. Sure. All right. So Teja's Poultry, I have 2 businesses, as you would have mentioned before. So for Teja's Poultry, it's basically we're a small business. We supply naturally bred, hormone-free chickens, and I can be contacted by WhatsApp or straight call. That's 876-580-5727. Or you can reach out to me on Instagram. My handle is Taja, that's TAJA_Reina, REINA, or TAJA_TALKS, Taja Talks.
Yes, all right. So for me, it's actually on Instagram. So for me, it's just strictly photography and also filmmaking. So you can always contact me on Instagram at Sheridan CK. Same thing for locate stories as well, that actually entail a lot of landscape, traveling, vlogging, and so forth. And it covers everything as relates to adventure, discovering, exploring. So yes, you can also check out my website at SheridanCKphotograph.com.
Okay, all right. I hope you guys were making notes. Okay, my final question. So the theme for this year's Week of Excellence is Resilient Communication, Paving the Way to Recovery. How did you adapt to the sudden changes that came with the pandemic? Sheridan, I'll start with you.
Well, could you just repeat the question one more time?
No
I'm
problem.
sorry about that.
How did you adapt to the sudden changes that came with the pandemic?
Oh, all right. So I adapt by actually just looking at my strengths, and also the weakness areas, because through weakness we can find strength as well, So it had a lot to do with consistency and just building your brand, like earlier I heard someone speaking about brand building, networking, and just reaching out, because even though those things may come, it is for your own strength as well to be more resilient, and as the theme say, paving your way to recovery, because it's okay that we actually fall down, and we have to get back up, we have to move forward, because we have an initiative to change lives and to become greater.
All right, well, for me, firstly, I'd like to say the only constant thing in life is change, and I really do believe that change is the only constant thing in life. For me, I would like to say, as opposed to other persons, the pandemic really, it didn't impact me in a negative light for the most part. When it comes down to school, I was home. I really just had to move from my kitchen to my bedroom to my bathroom, and that afforded me much more time. I was able to get my businesses off. That was a good thing for me. I realized that I was also able to get more done, right? So I was able to get my assignments versus my house chores as well, and it all worked for me. With regards to my classes, I was still engaged. I wasn't distracted, I should say, right? Because, you're at home, a lot of persons find it very difficult to focus. That wasn't the case for me. I was still engaged, I still got my good grades, and everything was definitely fine. So, and then I just realized that sometimes the change may not be what you want. However, you can definitely get a positive out of a so-called negative situation. And that was what the COVID-19 pandemic really was for me.
Okay, so it's good that you didn't treat your classes as a podcast.
Right.
Yes, that's good. Okay, thank you guys so much for joining us today, for sharing your experiences with us. I'm sure those who are listening and watching would have gotten something from our conversation.
Thank you
for having me.
Up next, we have Larisha. She'll be chatting with Bianca Dempster and Sinokia Hibbert. But before she does, we'll be right back.
When you enroll at NCU, you're not just joining an educational institution, you're joining a family. As an international student in a new country, you'll find that the International Students Association is structured to address all your concerns. We listen to you. As an international student, you'll be an automatic member of the ISA. Come to NCU. You won't be alone.
Okay. Welcome back, and thank you for joining our Showcase My DCS Outside broadcast. Special thanks to those of you who are joining on the NCU DCS TV YouTube channel and on NCU 91 FM. With me today are two brilliant young ladies who are both students within the Department of Communication Studies. We have Bianca Dempster, who is an individual who is passionate about so many things, including social justice, equality, and spreading kindness. We also have with us today Sinokia Hibbert, who is making a name for herself. She is one of the hosts for the Seventh-day Adventist Youth Lesson Review, as well as an English language tutor with Cambly. Ladies, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having us.
All right, so how are you ladies doing this afternoon?
Great. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. All right, so I am going to begin with you, Sinokia. There are so many programs that NCU offers. Why did you choose communication studies?
To be honest with you, I think DCS chose me because when I came here at NCU, I actually signed up to do psychology. But I had to work for a year because I did not have the funds to start classes immediately. So while working for that year, I joined the debate team. And being on the debate team, you know, Miss Daly is the coach, still is the coach for the team. And I was exposed to the Department of Communication Studies through her. Prior to that, I had no idea about DCS or communication studies, but being on the debate team and you know, persons hearing me speak and present, they would say, yeah, man, that's where you need to be.
I think that's a subtle art of persuasion. And I think that's your purpose finding you rather than you finding your purpose. How about you, Bianca? Why communication studies?
Okay, funny enough, I started this degree without knowing what communication studies was. So I was in high school, grade 11. It was career day at school. NCU was there. They had their booth, etc. And funny enough, NCU was the only university I applied to. I took the application, I signed it up, and when it was time for me to choose my program, I was like, what am I going to do? Funny enough, this young lady was talking to her friends, and she said the words mass communication, because at the time it was mass comm. Yeah. And I said, I'm going to put it down. And here I am, nearly 4 years later in the department, and I love every bit of it.
I'm happy that you love it. But imagine only applying for one university, having gotten through, starting university, not knowing what it is that you're doing.
Exactly.
But look at you today. I love that you are enjoying the experience. But for me, I want to know if you could describe your experience as a student in DCS and you are supposed to choose one word, what would that one word be and why?
Good question. For me, I'm going to say soul searching. And I know that is not one word, but being a part of this department as a student who started NCU with no vision, it has allowed me to tap into my inner abilities, talents that I didn't even know I had. Talents that I usually look to other people for, she has a good voice, that person is creative. I found those things within myself because of this department. I did a lot of classes, TV, radio, PR, journalism, and I found a strength in each that I could apply to my personal life and to my school life. So soul searching is what I would say my experience as a student.
That sounds like a powerful experience. How about you, Sinokia? What would that one word be?
Say transformative. Certainly the young woman that I came to NCU as, I have grown tremendously, and I have been able to see that growth for myself, not just hear other people speak about it. So I think that I have certainly been transformed as a communicator, as an individual, as a media practitioner.
Transformative. All right, so I haven't heard you ladies speak and how eloquently you speak. You guys are excellent in speech. What does resilient communication mean to you? Both of you. Sinokia, be the first thing.
Okay, resiliency for me communicates the idea to bounce back, the ability to bounce back. And I believe that, you know, concurrent with what a lot of persons have said thus far, this pandemic has certainly tested our ability to bounce back. So resilient communication is communication that has, I'm going to make up a word now, bounce back ability, you know? So whether it is radio or television or other traditional forms of media or new media, you have to be able to adapt yourself to the change in media landscape. Media isn't static, so, and communication is not static. So for me, it's that bounce back ability.
That bounce back ability. How about for you, Bianca?
And she could not have said it better. Being able to withstand anything, any and everything, no matter if there are upgrades to certain platforms, communication will always be the root once it is good. So I agree with my friend here.
All right, so ladies, do you think that you have that bounce back ability? do you see yourselves expressing that within your communication?
I certainly do. I see where there were times before that I had somewhat doubted myself, my abilities, but here I am today talking to you. Before, you would have never, ever caught me sitting before the camera. I would always be behind the scenes, and here I am today. So, I think that's good.
Bianca, that's something that I can relate to. I actually don't know how I'm sitting right here right now, but I'm here. So I think I have somewhat of some bounce back ability.
Yes. I agree as well. For me, there was... So remember I said that I joined the debate team when I got here at NCU. I ended up quitting the debate team because at that time I did not see how it was that I was growing, or, it just wasn't working out for me. And I think that I needed time to find my voice, my space, and it has contributed. Going through that experience has certainly, as I said, transformed me. And similarly to Bianca, I am here today. I'm not a fan of the camera, but I'm challenging myself and my bounce back ability.
And that is resilience.
That is it, yes.
3 peas in a pod. All right, so my final question to you ladies is, what advice would you give students who are pursuing a degree in communication studies? Bianca.
All right, so my advice to potential students and students who are already here is to not limit yourself. Do not put yourself in a box. Do not doubt yourself, and do not compare yourself to other people. Your talent matters. You don't have a good voice? Okay, you can write. You cannot write? Okay, you are creative, going to producing, do TV. But don't limit yourself and don't doubt yourself because you are watching others. And also, there's always room for improvement. If there's anything that you are not good at, work on it. You're not a good writer, something happened down the road, sit, write a story on it. Give it to your friends, ask them to critique it and get back to you. Work on yourself. There's room here for everybody. It's not just a one-man show,
Certainly.
You're absolutely right.
I agree 1,000% with that. And what I would add is challenge yourself. It relates somewhat to not, sometimes we put ourselves in boxes that we really do not need to put ourselves in. We tell ourselves that we cannot do certain things, or we cannot do it as well as how other persons do it, forgetting that we bring a unique perspective. We have a unique voice. There's a unique niche and place for us, and we need to find that place. We need to challenge ourselves. We need to make use of the opportunities that are right before us. Sometimes we're waiting for the big thing to happen, or for, somebody to invite us someplace big to be a big speaker. But somebody is asking you to do a devotional, or somebody is asking you to host a little, a club program or something like that. Start where you are with the opportunities that you have so that you can develop yourself, find your voice, find your niche, find your place.
Oh, and one final point, you are more than just academics.
Yes.
You're academics,
Yes.
Thanks for that reminder.
Think about it, you are more than just your academics. So
yes.
That would be my advice.
And these opportunities, just to add lastly, make sure that you find and accept opportunities that can do well on your resume.
Oh, yes.
Network people.
Networking and having the resumes looking lovely.
Yes.
Ladies, I want to thank you for gracing us with your presence this afternoon. Truly, I agree with every word that you have said, and I can relate to much of the experiences. Again, I want to tell you thanks, and I wish you ladies all the best going forward.
Thank you as well.
You are most welcome. So I know that our viewers have been eagerly waiting for the announcement of our first giveaway winner. Well, the winner will be announced shortly. However, my producer will be reaching out to you with instructions as how to claim your prize. If you didn't win a prize, no worries, don't stress it. We still have more giveaways coming up. You still have an opportunity to win something before we leave here today. Up next, we'll be having a friendly game of Jeopardy. But before we do, let's take a break.
When you enroll at NCU, you're not just joining an educational institution, you're joining a family. As an international student in a new country, you'll find that the International Students Association is structured to address all your concerns. We listen to you. As an international student, you'll be an automatic member of the ISA. Come to NCU. You won't be alone.
It's almost that time again. What time, you ask? Time for the Department of Communication Studies' Week of Excellence 2022, under the theme, Resilient Communication, Paving the Way to Recovery. Join us for our daily activities starting on April 2nd with our church service at 10 a.m. April 3rd, our community convo at 4 p.m. April 4th, Global Connections at 10 a.m. April 5th, Showcase. It's almost that time again. What time, you ask? Time for the Department of Communication Studies' Week of Excellence 2022, under the theme, Resilient Communication, Paving the Way to Recovery. Join us for our daily activities starting on April 2nd with our church service at 10 a.m. April 3rd, our community convo at 4 p.m. April 4th, Global Connections at 10 a.m. April 5th, Showcase My DCS starting at 10 a.m. It's almost that time again. What time, you ask? Time for the Department of Communication Studies' Week of Excellence 2022, under the theme, Resilient Communication, Paving the Way to Recovery. Join us for our daily activities starting on April 2nd with our church service at 10 a.m. April 3rd, our community convo at 4 p.m. April 4th, Global Connections at 10 a.m. April 5th, Showcase My DCS starting at 10 a.m. April 6th will be our Symposium and Affirmation Ceremony. Symposium beginning at 10 a.m. and Affirmation beginning at 3 p.m. And April 7th will see our DCS Social at 6 p.m. Then we close things off with our Lignum Vitae Film Festival starting at 5:30 p.m. on April 10. DCS Week of Excellence is sponsored by our official media partner, the NCU Media Group. Other partners include... That is the Department of Communication Studies Week of Excellence 2022, April 2 to 7 and April 10. Don't miss it.
Journalism, TV, PR, radio, still one family, get you know it, don't tell you enough.
It's almost that time again. What time, you ask? Time for the Department of Communication Studies' Week of Excellence 2022, under the theme, Resilient Communication, Paving the Way to Recovery. Join us for our daily activities starting on April 2nd with our church service at 10 a.m. April 3rd, our community convo at 4 p.m. April 4th, Global Connections at 10 a.m. April 5th, Showcase My DCS starting at 10 a.m. April 6th will be our Symposium and Affirmation Ceremony. Symposium beginning at 10 a.m. and Affirmation beginning at 3 p.m. And April 7th will see our DCS Social at 6 p.m. Then we close things off with our Lignum Vitae Film Festival starting at 5:30 p.m. on April 10. DCS Week of Excellence is sponsored by our official media partner, the NCU Media Group. Other partners include... That is the Department of Communication Studies Week of Excellence 2022, April 2 to 7 and April 10. Don't miss it.
Journalism, TV, PR, radio, still one family, get you know it, don't tell you enough, me nah fi share no more info. Everywhere we go, we at this.
Thanks for staying with us, and a special thanks to those joining us on NCUFM. For those who are just joining, welcome to the Showcase My DCS Outside Broadcast 2022. You're just in time for a friendly game of DCS Jeopardy! I'm Alia Bryant.
And I'm Larisha Wilson.
We are your hosts for today. For this game, there are two teams. Team 1, Sateja Coke and Sheridan Gale.
And on Team 2, we have Sinokia Hibbert and Bianca Dempster. They are going to showcase their knowledge of DCS. This is how the game is played. Please listen keenly to the instructions. Alright, so contestants will be presented with a board on screen showing dollar values ranging from $100 to $500. As a team, they have 5 seconds to decide which dollar value they want to select. Under each dollar amount, there are general knowledge clues in the form of statements. In their response, each team must phrase their answer in the form of questions. For example, the statement might be, resilient communication, paving the way to recovery. The correct response to that would be, what is the theme for DCS Week of Excellence 2022? For every correct answer, that team will be awarded the dollar amount as points. However, for each incorrect answer, the dollar amount will be deducted. Please don't lose the money, guys. All right, so are you ready?
Are we ready?
Are you ready, guys?
I think we are.
I think you guys are. You guys can do this.
Go first.
All right, so we will go first, and which amount do you want?
DCS Family 100.
Okay, we will go DCS Family 100. The current instructor for radio broadcasting 1. Can answer? Okay, let's go
5 seconds.
Go ahead.
Who is Roma Tomlinson White?
Oh, incorrect.
All right, Team 1.
I think you should choose.
Do you want me to choose? Let us choose DCS Family 500.
Oh, the big box.
Big money popping.
The 2021 female burgundy jacket holder.
Who is Roxanne White?
Real rich up in here.
Why was that question so easy?
All right, Team 2, what you going with?
What
Big box?
you choose this time. Please don't overdo it. We're broke. We're negative.
What am I? How about 100? How about that?
What am I? 100? Okay.
I'm on Twitter every Thursday at 7:30 p.m.
As DCS,
Oh,
we should know this.
Where they ask
You guys got this.
budding questions, man. Anything that is relevant in the news.
You know that lady standing to the left of you?
You don't.
The time is going, ladies.
DCS Twitter space, okay.
Oh my.
Wow. I feel like the little of the money, the harder the question.
Yes, you guys have to
All right. All right, Team 1.
Alright, I am DCS 300.
All right.
Big bucks. I am taught by Mrs. Michaela Anderson. My course code is PR102.
Oh goodness. Can
Sateja, you're a PR major.
No, they're getting help. Can they be disqualified?
We never got any help.
No, they're not getting any help, man.
Really?
As a PR major, Sateja, you have to get this one.
What
Help
is
out
cases in
Sheridan.
public relations?
Oh no.
Oh, she didn't teach me that. No.
All right, so next we have Team 2. Remember, you guys have to think
We
big.
need to redeem ourselves because this is everybody. All right, so we will choose. What am I? 300. Ambitious over here.
My course code is TELE215.
Is it intro to television production? What is intro to television production?
Oh no.
God, guys.
Oh
You guys
my.
need more than redemption.
This should be a game of hangman.
All right, Team 1.
Years of specialization 100.
In this area of specialization, we must know the difference between an XLR cable, a quarter jack, and a mini.
That is so easy.
What is television production?
Yeah. Look at
Eh.
No, the production never depends.
Guys, what that's it. Team number 2. It's my side. It's my side.
Area specialization 500.
Oh, going for the big bucks. Nokia.
You have to go harder.
I am an outside broadcast that is aired simultaneously on radio and television.
Negative.
What is course?
Come guys, think deep.
Is it a course code that we have to find?
Or is it a program?
No clues.
No
It's
a lovely game.
No program of study, like a course or
Try to break
Nada.
it down. I am an outside broadcast that is aired simultaneously on radio and television.
Think, guys. Just think.
Think outside.
Think.
All right, just like what are we doing today? And what's happening with this particular movie?
Let's just get it on. Get it on.
coming to my mind.
Wow.
I knew that.
That did not come to mind.
Alright.
Listen, we need to leave here with at least $100. So come on.
Bonus
Have a lot of
200.
negative to relieve yourself.
All right. Which week of excellence was held on April 4, 2022? That was my birthday.
Today is the what?
We need to redeem.
Today's the 5th.
What is Global Connections?
Yeah.
Oh, you go, Teja.
It's my side.
All right, team 2, please save yourselves.
Go ahead.
You know what?
The big books.
Let's negativeness. Let's go with the DCS family 300. But I am asking you, please. I am the chair of the Department of Communication Studies. Who is Nari Daly?
I think that was too easy, you know.
A glorious
Who wrote these
redemption.
questions? Who wrote?
Thank goodness.
A glorious redemption that was.
All right, team 2.
DCS family.
Team 1, rather.
That's easy.
I was the youngest honoree at the 2021 Heritage Awards.
This is child abuse.
That's an answer.
Sorry, I can't help you guys with this one.
You got
They
this.
say they don't have this. They don't have this.
Who is?
Alright, come on.
Alright, team 2.
We can redeem ourselves. We
need a
are
redemption.
going to go with again the DCS family, and the last option is 200.
Oh God, we need a redemption.
Come on.
The 2020.
Male.
You guys have to
Yes, right.
Great job, great job, great job.
Listen.
Yeah, man, you guys are redeeming yourselves. Yeah.
You guys are out of the negatives. You know.
Bonus 300.
All right, bonus 300. Which DCS event was held on March 29, 2022?
That would have been
March 29.
Was that
They don't have this. They don't have this. They don't have this.
Time is up.
Was it the radio? What is the radio breakout session?
What?
Mastermind. Oh, come on, guys.
That's the
Get with the program.
All right, team 2.
Wow.
I mean, they are bucks ahead of us.
We are going to go with. What are we doing? What am I? What am I? 400 ambitious. All right. I'm a film festival.
You guys have to get this. You guys have to get this. You guys have to get this.
Is it what is the?
You guys have to get this.
They don't get
Jamaica.
I mean, you have to get this. You have to get this.
No.
Is it
It's usually a part
entry.
or the Lignum Vitae Film? No, that's free. Lignum Vitae Film Festival. What is Lignum Vitae Film Festival?
They got
And get it, man.
Listen. Yeah, go on. You guys need to be confident in your response. Be confident.
Alright, my side.
Alright, the
I am
losers
DCS 200.
I happen every last Tuesday of each month.
What is the DCS general meeting?
Yes, girl. Yeah.
Alright. Team resilient. We choose area of specialization 300. Alright. In this area of specialization, we manage how others see.
Hey, what is public relations?
Alright, go ahead. Losers are speaking.
Never losers, always winners.
Years of specialization 400.
In this area of specialization, we are taught how to produce PSAs, news stories, commercials, and vox pops.
Thank you. What is journalism?
No.
Never had to do it. And she said it with such confidence.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
She said it with such confidence.
At least you were confident.
Area of specialization 200.
This is great.
It's okay.
We use the AP style book
to help in this area of specialization.
Hold them.
So that sounds like what is AP?
It sounds like journalism.
It sounds like journalism, but it could also. Let's go with journalism. What is journalism?
Admit it. Yeah, AP.
Look at that.
Listen,
Not confident, but without
the definition of resilience.
Yes, the bounce back.
Bounce back ability.
Yes.
What am I? 500.
I rank local media entities. Our last survey findings were published in 2018.
She's a math student, so she knows it.
What is? I think what is the annual media survey? Media survey.
Fingers crossed. Oh,
yeah.
was close.
That's incorrect, first of all.
We're close.
It's a survey. It's correct. Survey. It's a survey.
You sure? We're just reaching on. Alright, so bonus 400. Bonus 400.
Resilient communication. Okay,
What is the theme
for Week of Excellence 2022?
Cool, so I'm not smart.
And we are the resilient team too.
All right, so thank you guys for joining us for this fun game of Jeopardy.
Okay, so for our giveaways, the first winner is Trisha Gay Kelly. Trisha Gay Kelly, the winner of our first giveaway, rather. And the winner of our second giveaway is Daniela McLean.
All right, so I am absolutely sure that I speak for everyone when I say that I learned a lot from this Jeopardy game. I'm sure it was a refresher for a lot of us, including our contestants and those who are watching on our NCU DCS TV YouTube channel, as well as those listening on NCU 91 FM. Now, we have another giveaway. So as the program winds down, we have a giveaway or final giveaway for the segment. Are you guys ready for this? Are you guys ready for this? It's pretty easy, so you need to be quick with your fingers if you guys need some credit. I mean, we can use the credit for top up, right? So the question is, what is the theme for this year's Week of Excellence? This is your last chance to win $300 call credit. Remember, your last chance. So the question is, what is the theme for this year's Week of Excellence? All right, remember to drop your responses in the chat. We will now go to a quick commercial break.
The Northern Caribbean University's annual Department of Communication Studies DCS Week of Excellence is happening again. under the theme
Resilient Communication, Past, Present, and Future. Come join our outside broadcast for the Showcase My DCS segment of the week.
This will be on April 5, 2022 between 12 and 1 p.m. live on NCU 91.1, 3 and 5 FM and the NCU DCS TV YouTube channel.
That's Showcase My DCS, where we inspire media talent for the future. Save the date! That's Tuesday, April 5, 2022 on NCU FM, your education and wellness station.
When you enroll at NCU, you're not just joining an educational institution, you're joining a family. As an international student in a new country, you'll find that the International Students Association is structured to address all your concerns. We listen to you. As an international student, you'll be an automatic member of the ISA. Come to NCU. You won't be alone.
Okay, guys, so the winners for our jingle this morning is Trisha Gay Kelly and Daniela McLean.
You guys did a wonderful job this morning. The jingles were pretty good.
Yes.
But sadly, we have come to the end of our DCS Week of Excellence outside broadcast for Showcase My DCS. Alia, it was a wonderful time.
It was.
It was. I enjoyed myself and I learned a lot indeed. I hope you too, our viewers, you guys had a good time. You guys learned a lot. And I hope to see you guys again sometime soon. All right, Alia?
Yes.
All right, so I am Larisha Wilson.
And I am Alia Bryant.
See you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yes, we are the best 3.5 and nothing less. DCS, let no one test for number one. There's no contest, we simply are the best. DCS, there's no contest, we simply